Chicago is looking at bringing back the grocery tax. The state removed its tax on groceries, but cities and towns were the ones that received that money and relied on it to balance their budgets. NBC5's Courtney Sisk is here today to break down how we got to this point and which suburbs have already decided to bring that tax back. Courtney?
Alex, the state ended the 1% grocery tax in its spring budget. It will phase out by next year. However, Governor J.B. Pritzker left it up to local governments to decide if they want to reinstate the tax at a local level. And get this, they are allowed to bring that tax back without voters weighing in. Take a look here. There are dozens of suburbs that have already chosen to keep the grocery tax, from Carroll Stream and Des Plaines to Glencoe, Wheaton, and Lake Zurich. So, for example, a $140 grocery bill would have an added $1.45 in additional taxes. Now, there's a lot of back and forth on how we got here, so let's take a look. Back on July 1st of 2022, the Illinois tax on groceries was suspended due to the COVID-19 pandemic, and the state distributed funds to local governments to make up for the loss of revenue. But that was temporary. 1 year later, that tax was reinstated. Then, a year after that, 2024 now, Governor J.B. Pritzker ended the grocery tax, ordering it to be phased out by January 1st, 2026, unless local governments vote to keep it. And that brings us to today. Chicago leaders have not yet said what they will do, but the city has until October 1st to decide if they're going to have a grocery tax. Mayor Brandon Johnson was supportive of the tax at a budget hearing yesterday. According to the City Council Office of Financial Analysis, not collecting that tax would mean the city loses up to $80 million in revenue. But a lot of people we spoke to today believe they would feel the impact more on their grocery bill than the city losing out on those extra funds. So keeping an eye on this. Marion.
All right. Thanks so much for breaking that all down for us, Courtney. Thank you.